Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. And if you love speed and engineering topics as much as we do, you are in for a real treat. Today we're counting down the top 10. Now let's decode what really contributes to a car's swiftness. It's not just about stuffing the largest engine you can find under the hood. It's about the harmony of aerodynamics, weight distribution, and power-to-weight ratio. These factors are crucial in making a car fast. But how did this need for speed begin? Let's head backwards and find out. Imagine the world in 1894. The Benz Velo emerges as one of the earliest production cars, reaching speeds that would barely get you a speeding ticket today. A breathtaking 12 miles per hour. Back then, this was considered revolutionary, setting the stage for what was to become a century-long pursuit of speed. Fast forward to the 1940s, and you have the Healy Elliott, a sleek, aerodynamically enhanced beauty that changed the game by clocking over 110 miles per hour, making it the fastest production car of its time. The Healy wasn't just fast, it was a glimpse into the future of automotive design, focusing on cutting the air as smoothly as possible, which is a principle that dominates car design to this day. As we progress through the decades, each era's champion car was a reflection of technological strides and a burning passion for pushing limits. Engineers and designers began experimenting with materials, designs, and even the fundamentals of what made cars move. In the 60s, the Shelby Cobra made headlines with its monstrous V8 and a light body, hitting speeds unthought of for a road car. Then came the 80s, where the Ferrari F40 broke the 200 miles per hour mark, a boundary that seemed like science fiction in the decades prior. And who can forget the 90s, when the McLaren F1, with its central driver's seat and ultralight construction, became the fastest naturally aspirated production car. Today, the stakes have gotten even higher, with the likes of Bugatti's Chiron and the electric Tesla Roadster, both of which are engineering marvels that not only break speed records, but also challenge our very understanding of what cars are capable of achieving. These modern beasts are the culmination of over a century's worth of innovation in making cars faster, more efficient, and more thrilling than ever before. Every car we'll talk about today has stood on the shoulders of these giants. They're not just fast, they are the pinnacle of what technology, determination, and a bit of madness can achieve when combined. So, buckle up, because we are just getting started on our journey through the absolute cream of the crop in the world of speed. Starting in the 1970s, the world saw something that wasn't just a car, but a statement on wheels: the Lamborghini Countach. With its razor-sharp wedge shape, it didn't just turn heads, it ripped through the air faster than any production car of its time, reaching speeds of up to 190 miles per hour. This iconic machine wasn't just about its looks. Its V12 engine and the strategic placement of its intakes and vents made it a beast on the pavement, setting the pace for what was to become a horsepower race into the next decade. As we moved into the 1980s, the stakes only got higher. The Ferrari F40, which many of you know didn't just break the 200 miles per hour barrier, it shattered the very concept of what a road car could achieve. Reaching 201 miles per hour, the F40 was the epitome of speed and innovation of its time. And here's a bit more insight. When we designed the F40, we weren't just making another car, we were making history. Aerodynamics played a pivotal role. The car's body was designed to cut through the air with minimal resistance, which, combined with a light frame and a powerful engine, broke the 200 miles per hour mark. It was about creating something that could conquer the road and the track. The 80s also saw the rise of the Porsche 959, a technological marvel that combined turbocharging and all-wheel drive. This wasn't just innovation, it was a revolution in automotive technology. The 959 was one of the first sports cars to use a computer-controlled all-wheel drive system, which adjusted the power distribution between the front and rear wheels depending on driving conditions. This meant not only better handling and faster speeds on straightaways, but more stability and control on curves and during harsh weather, redefining what sports cars could do on both the road and track. But the 959 wasn't alone in its quest for speed. Across the Atlantic, the Americans were not just sitting back. The Chevrolet Corvette ZR1, introduced in the late 80s, featured something truly special under the hood, a Lotus-engineered V8. This machine could push to nearly 180 miles per hour, thanks to its unique overhead camshaft design and aluminum block that saved weight but gave back power in heaps. This era wasn't just about raw speed, though. It was about making cars that could handle that speed. Engineers were diving deep into the physics of car design, experimenting with materials and tweaking designs to find the perfect balance between performance and stability. The results were cars that were not just fast, but also thrilling to drive, providing an unparalleled blend of excitement and precision that was unheard of at the time. And let's not forget the turbo era. Cars were now equipped with turbochargers as standard, which helped smaller engines punch far above their weight. This was a game changer, making sports cars more accessible to the public and not just the elite. The boost in performance from turbocharging meant that cars from the 80s were leaving those from the 70s in the dust, both literally and figuratively. As the decade closed, the definition of a supercar was evolving. It wasn't just about going fast in a straight line. It was about how quickly you could corner, how stable you were at high speeds, and how you could handle the power under the hood. Technologies like anti-lock brakes, electronic fuel injection, and improved aerodynamics were becoming standard. The stage was set for the 90s, where technology, power, and design would meet in a perfect storm. The 70s and 80s were not just about the birth of speed, but the evolution of the sports car. These decades introduced us to models that went beyond anything previously imagined and set new standards for what cars could achieve. From the wedge-shaped wonder of the Countach to the technological triumph of the 959, each car pushed the boundaries further, leading us into the golden age of sports cars. And as we transition into the 90s, remember, the need for speed was just getting started, and the best was yet to come. The 90s kicked off with the McLaren F1, which still stands as one of the purest expressions of speed. With a top speed of 240 miles per hour, driven by a naturally aspirated V12, it was the undisputed fastest until the 21st century. The McLaren F1 wasn't just a fast car, it was a marvel of engineering, a culmination of aerodynamics, lightweight materials, and power that set it apart from anything else on the road at the time. Then came the Jaguar XJ220, a beautiful British beast that made a splash with a top speed of 213 miles per hour, despite controversies over its turbocharged V6 instead of the promised V12. The XJ220 might have cut corners on its engine, but it still managed to become one of the fastest cars of the decade, and its sleek, long body made it a standout piece of automotive design. The 90s were also witness to the rise of Japanese supercars that challenged European dominance. The Toyota Supra, with its robust inline-six, became a legend on and off the track, embodying reliability and the potential for insane power outputs with minor modifications. Meanwhile, the Nissan Skyline GTR, also known as Godzilla, tore apart racetracks with its advanced all-wheel drive system and became a cult icon. But let's not forget the Americans. The Dodge Viper entered the scene with a monstrous V10 engine under its long hood, oozing raw power and a no-nonsense attitude. It was starkly different from its refined European counterparts, offering a more brute force approach to achieving speed. Across the Atlantic, the Bugatti EB110 was resurrected to bring glory back to a storied name. With a quad-turbocharged V12 and an all-wheel drive system, it delivered mind-boggling performance numbers that were once the domain of concept cars. The 90s also saw the evolution of supercar design, where form began to follow function more fervently. Cars like the Ferrari F50 were designed with insights from Formula One, particularly its naturally aspirated V12 engine and carbon fiber monocoque, pushing forward the boundaries of speed and handling. In terms of technology, the 90s pushed what was possible with car electronics. The introduction of active aerodynamics, where parts of the car adjust themselves to optimize speed and handling, started to take off. Porsche's 911 GT1, a race car barely disguised as a street vehicle, utilized such technology to dominate both the roads and the racetracks. And who could overlook the impact of the Lamborghini Diablo? With its scissor doors and a top speed of 202 miles per hour, it was the poster child of 90s supercar excess. Its design was both aggressive and elegant, a true testament to Lamborghini's brand of marrying art and power. These advancements weren't just about making cars faster, they were about rewriting the rules of automotive design. Manufacturers were no longer playing it safe. They were pushing the envelope in every direction. This era set the stage for the technological leaps that would follow in the 2000s. So as we close out this chapter on the revolutionary 90s, it's clear that this decade was not just about speed. It was about setting new standards, experimenting boldly with designs, and utilizing technology not just to enhance performance, but to reimagine it entirely. The legacy of the 90s has profoundly influenced the cars we see today, from hybrid powertrains to electric supercars, and continues to inspire a new generation of engineers and designers. As we look ahead, we can appreciate the roots of these innovations in the trailblazing efforts of the 90s, a truly transformative period in history. As we entered the new millennium, the love for speed took on new dimensions. The Bugatti Veyron redefined what was possible when it clocked in at a staggering 253 miles per hour in 2005, thanks to its 8.0-liter W16 engine. The Veyron wasn't just a car, it was a monument of engineering, combining advanced aerodynamics, materials science, and of course, its remarkable turbocharged engine that featured a mind-blowing quad-turbo setup. Let's break down that engine, because it's not just about size. The 8-liter capacity is massive, but the real magic lies in its configuration. The W16 engine is essentially two narrow-angle V8 engines placed next to each other, sharing a crankshaft. This setup alone provides enormous power, but then add the 4 turbochargers, hence quad turbo. Each turbo adds a significant boost in power, and when all are working together, they transform the Veyron into something akin to a jet on wheels. Not resting on its laurels, Bugatti shattered its own records with the Chiron, reaching 304 miles per hour in a prototype run, setting a benchmark for production cars. The Chiron evolved the concept of the hypercar with even more sophisticated aerodynamics and a tuned version of the Veyron's engine, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was physically possible with a road car. But Bugatti isn't the only player in the game. The SSC Ultimate Aero briefly held the title before the Veyron, topping out at 256 miles per hour. And then there's the Koenigsegg Agera RS, which achieved 277 miles per hour thanks to its 5.0-liter twin-turbo V8 engine. This car demonstrated not only raw power, but also how integral aerodynamic design is to breaking speed records. Speaking of design, aerodynamics play as crucial a role as horsepower. At these extreme speeds, air can feel like concrete. Cars like the Agera RS and the Chiron are designed to slice through the air with minimal resistance. Their bodies are sculpted to manage airflow efficiently, reducing drag and providing the necessary downforce to keep them grounded. And it's not just about going straight. These cars need to handle high-speed turns and braking scenarios, which is where advancements in materials science come into play. Carbon fiber composites are extensively used not just for the body, but for integral components like the chassis and brakes. Carbon fiber's high stiffness and low weight enhance handling and safety, which are critical at these speeds. Then there's the Hennessy Venom F5, a contender still vying to break the current records with its claim of a 301 miles per hour top speed. The Venom F5 uses a combination of lightweight materials and an immensely powerful twin-turbo V8 engine that outputs over 1,800 horsepower. Now consider the Rimac Nevera, an all-electric beast that aims to prove once and for all that electric vehicles belong in the conversation about the world's fastest cars. With 4 electric motors producing a combined 1,914 horsepower, the Nevera made headlines with a top speed of 258 miles per hour, which is incredible, considering the instant torque delivery from electric motors. These numbers are staggering, and they represent more than just bragging rights. They push the entire automotive industry forward. Every technological advancement in a top-speed contender trickles down to consumer cars. From turbocharging, advanced materials, aerodynamic tweaks, and hybrid technologies, the pursuit of speed enhances the cars we drive every day. Keep in mind that we also must appreciate the myriad of engineers, designers, and drivers who dare to push these limits. Whether it's 253 miles per hour in a Veyron or beyond 300 miles per hour in a Chiron, these aren't just figures. They are milestones that mark the progress of automotive technology, driven by an unyielding passion to go faster. And let's not overlook the role of regulatory bodies and safety measures that make these speeds possible under controlled conditions. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our eternal desire to break barriers, whether they be of speed, of sound, or of expectations. So next time you hear about a car breaking the 250-mile barrier, remember, it's not just a triumph of speed, but of science, safety, and above all, the human spirit. Nowadays, electric cars are proving that they can hang with the best of the gas-powered giants. The Rimac Nevera, an all-electric beast from Croatia, has proven capable of a top speed of 258 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest cars in the world today. With instant torque and innovative technology, electric hypercars are set to dominate the future of high-speed automotive engineering. The Nevera is not just a fast car. It's a statement by Rimac that electric vehicles can outperform traditional combustion engines in nearly every meaningful way. This car comes with 4 electric motors that produce an astonishing 1,914 horsepower, enabling it to sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 1.85 seconds. The sheer immediacy of its torque delivery is something that internal combustion simply cannot match. But Rimac isn't the only player in the game. Tesla's Roadster, slated for release in the coming years, promises to push these boundaries even further with a 0 to 60 time of 1.9 seconds and a top speed exceeding 250 mph. Tesla claims it will be the quickest car in the world in terms of acceleration. These electric hypercars aren't just performing on paper. Their capabilities are being proven on tracks and streets around the world. The Lotus Evija, another electric hypercar, boasts 2,000 horsepower and targets a top speed of over 200 miles per hour. Then there's the Pininfarina Battista, which is essentially an Italian sculpture with wheels, capable of over 1,900 horsepower and a top speed similar to the Nevera. What's fascinating about these electric hypercars is their dual personality. On one hand, they offer mind-boggling speed and acceleration figures. On the other, they come with luxuries and technological advancements that make them feasible for daily use. Features like regenerative braking, advanced aerodynamics, and AI-driven stability programs not only enhance performance, but also ensure these cars can handle the power they pack. The integration of AI in these vehicles is particularly interesting. It's not just about stability, but about enhancing the driver's interaction with the car. Systems can predict driver preferences, adapt suspension settings, and even change the car's aerodynamic profile in real time based on driving conditions. And let's not overlook the environmental angle. These cars produce zero emissions at the point of use, which is a massive step forward in reducing our carbon footprint. The only emissions they're associated with are those produced during electricity generation. And as our grid increasingly turns towards renewable sources, even those emissions are falling. This shift to electric isn't just a trend, it's a revolution. As battery technologies improve and costs fall, the possibilities for what can be achieved with electric vehicles keep expanding. Soon, we could see electric vehicles not just competing with, but consistently outperforming their fossil-fueled counterparts across all metrics. This is more than evolution, it's a transformation, one that's set to redefine our benchmarks for what's fast, efficient, and environmentally responsible. The age of the electric hypercar is here, and it's thrilling to see where it's headed. The sheer pace at which technology is advancing promises some exciting times ahead. With companies like Rimac leading the charge, the future of high-speed automotive engineering is looking more innovative and electrifying than ever. As we continue to embrace these advancements, we move closer to a world where speed, performance, and sustainability go hand in hand. I hope that you're ready, because I am. As for hypercars, vehicles are not just modes of transport, but pieces of art crafted with precision engineering. Hypercars represent the pinnacle of speed and technological innovation, and the stakes have never been higher. Take the SSC Tuatara, for instance. This marvel of modern engineering briefly claimed the title of the fastest car in the world with a staggering top speed of 331 miles per hour. Imagine the sheer force of traveling at such speeds, where the vehicle and the air around it seem to fuse into one. It's not just about power, but aerodynamic perfection, material strength, and advanced propulsion technology coming together to break the very limits of speed. Meanwhile, the Koenigsegg Agera RS, with its 277-mile-an-hour run, holds the official record for the fastest production car. It's built not just for speed, but for stability and efficiency under extreme conditions, which is a testament to the meticulous design and innovation that Koenigsegg is known for. This car isn't just a fast car. It's a statement, a testament to what human ingenuity can achieve when it's pushed to the limits. But what makes these hypercars so special? It's their ability to combine cutting-edge technology with breathtaking aesthetics. Each hypercar is a masterpiece, integrating complex engineering with sleek, aerodynamic designs that reduce drag and maximize speed. The materials used are often sourced from the aerospace industry. Carbon fiber composites, titanium alloys, and advanced polymers that provide strength without the penalty of weight. These cars are equipped with engines that are marvels of mechanical engineering. For example, the Bugatti Chiron's 8.0-liter quad-turbocharged W16 engine is a powerhouse that delivers 1,500 horsepower, enabling it to reach speeds of over 260 with astonishing ease. Similarly, the Hennessy Venom F5, aiming for a top speed exceeding 300 miles per hour, is powered by a custom-built twin-turbocharged V8 engine that churns out more than 1,800 horsepower. The integration of hybrid technology has also played a crucial role in the evolution of hypercars. The Porsche 918 Spider, the Ferrari LaFerrari, and the McLaren P1, all pioneers of the hybrid hypercar genre, combine internal combustion engines with electric motors to produce extra power and instant torque. This hybrid technology isn't just about boosting power, it's about making these incredible speeds more attainable and sustainable. Driving one of these hypercars is about experiencing the zenith of automotive performance. The acceleration is electrifying, going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds, forces pressing you back against the seat as the world blurs into streaks of colors. And it's not just straight-line speeds. These cars handle beautifully, hugging corners tightly thanks to their meticulously tuned suspensions and advanced all-wheel drive systems. It's important to note that these aren't just show cars. They are highly functional and incredibly sophisticated machines. Owners of these cars often speak of them as if they are sentient, reacting to the road and the driver with what can only be described as precision intuition. This is driving at its most exhilarating, where every minute adjustment in steering or throttle is met with instant aggressive response. Yet, the creation of each hypercar is as much about passion as it is about science. Designers and engineers pour their hearts and souls into every minute detail, from the curve of the fender to the layout of the cockpit, ensuring that the driver is not only at the center of a supreme driving machine, but also enveloped in luxury and cutting-edge technology. So, hypercars are definitely a breathtaking jump in design, representing a fusion of art and science, speed and style, power and grace. As we continue to push the boundaries of what's possible on 4 wheels, these hypercars will not just remain symbols of peak performance, but examples of what humanity can achieve with imagination and determination. So strap in and hold tight. The age of the hypercar is just getting started, and it's just going to keep getting better. While top speed runs provide the numbers, the real test of a car's greatness often happens on the racetrack. The Mercedes-AMG Project 1 and the Aston Martin Valkyrie, with their F1-inspired technology, are set to become the next legends of speed, both aiming for new records in their class. Today, we're delving deep into what makes these machines tick and how they translate Formula One technology into street-legal screamers. Let's start with the Mercedes-AMG Project 1. It's not just a car, it's a statement. Underneath that sleek body lies a hybrid powertrain pulled straight from F1, complete with a 1.6-liter V6 turbocharged engine that screams up to 11,000 RPM. That's right, this engine, combined with its electric counterparts, delivers over 1,000 horsepower, which is enough to propel it from 0 to 60 in just 2.2 seconds. Now, if that doesn't scream track legend in the making, I don't know what does. The engineers at Mercedes-AMG have managed to harness the complexities of F1 technology, simplifying it just enough to make it street legal. Imagine taking a corner with that kind of power. The aerodynamics come into play heavily here, with active surfaces that adjust to optimize downforce and balance throughout the car's chassis. It's like piloting a jet on wheels. What we've done with the Project One is integrate the very heart of our Formula One expertise into a road car. Every bit of technology, from the energy recovery system to the turbocharged setup, is designed to give drivers an unparalleled feeling of power and precision, something that's rarely felt outside a racetrack. Switching gears, let's talk about the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Here's another hypercar that blurs the line between racing and road use. Developed in collaboration with Red Bull Racing, it features a naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 engine, which when combined with its hybrid system, pushes out 1,160 horsepower. Like the Project One, the Valkyrie boasts a power-to-weight ratio that rivals those of active F1 cars. The Valkyrie doesn't just perform, it performs with a purpose. Its aerodynamic design, influenced heavily by Adrian Newey, one of F1's most successful engineers, showcases a level of efficiency that can teach a masterclass in physics. The car's entire body works as one large aerodynamic aid, channeling air over and under the chassis, enhancing grip and reducing drag. Its sophistication and brutality woven into one package. With the Valkyrie, we've taken a different approach. It's all about airflow and efficiency. We wanted to create something that wasn't just fast, but also exceedingly agile and capable of handling the most challenging racetracks in the world. It's a vehicle that really embodies the spirit of what an ultra-high-performance car can be. Whether it's on a straight line or the twisting turns of a racetrack, these cars push the boundaries of what we think is possible. The Project One and the Valkyrie aren't just about high speeds and quick laps. They are about setting a benchmark, about becoming a legend in their own right. And this quest for speed and performance isn't limited to just these two. There's a whole lineup of hypercars and supercars, each with their own unique features, that all strive to push these boundaries further. Cars like the Bugatti Chiron, which in its Supersport 300 Plus variant aims to exceed 300 miles per hour straight from the factory floor, or the Koenigsegg Jesko, which might just be the first road-legal car to reach 330 miles per hour, thanks to its revolutionary gearbox and aerodynamics. It's an exciting time to learn about cars, with technology evolving at a breakneck pace. The integration of F1 technology into road cars is just one example of how the barriers of what we consider possible are being pushed every day. These cars aren't just pieces of machinery, they are pieces of history in the making. Legends that will one day be looked back upon as pioneers of their era. Trust me. So the next time you see a Project One or a Valkyrie on the road, know that you're looking at more than just a car. You're looking at greatness for modern engineering, a freaking testament of what happens when motorsports technology meets the open road. These cars are more than just fast, they're evidence of a constant and successful pursuit of perfection. Don't forget that our cars are great, but the next best thing is always just around the corner. Stay passionate, stay curious, and most importantly, keep racing ahead. Talk to you again soon. From the hardcore sounds of the McLaren F1 to the electric surge of the Rimac Nevera, the journey through the fastest cars ever made is a great find for our need for speed. Thanks for joining me today, guys. Each car we've discussed today not only sets benchmarks for speed, but also in how we perceive the limits in its engineering. The evolution from gas guzzlers to electric powerhouses like the Rimac Nevera, with its mind-bending 1,914 horsepower capable of 0 to 60 in just 1.85 seconds, shows just how far we've come. This beast not only redefines acceleration, but does so with a whisper rather than a roar, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the future. And let's not overlook the innovations that have made these feats possible. Advancements in aerodynamics, lighter and stronger materials like carbon fiber, and powertrains that are as efficient as they are powerful. These cars aren't just fast, they are masterpieces of modern engineering, each one a wonderful, unforgettable milestone. So whether you're a fan of the classics or excited by the cutting edge, there's no denying the thrill these cars bring. The pursuit of speed continues, and who knows what incredible machines the next decade will bring. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be exciting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming talks. We've got plenty more ground to cover, and lots more where this came from.